What's going on? Ellis in the building, and I represent Sensory Overload. And today I have 4 fragrances for you from the House of Dua. Alright, and we're gonna do our first impressions. So, 3 of them is gonna be inspirations. One of them is an original fragrance from the house. Alright, so I love giving me some good inspirations, clones, dupes, whatever you want to call them from the House of Dua. Low key, the original blends sometimes be the gems that get overlooked. So we're going to see what it's in for. But before we dive into that, we're going to dive into this first fragrance inspired by the House of Tommy Hilfiger, and the fragrance is called Tommy. This one by the House of Dua, though, is going to be called Man of Time. Man of Time. So it's going to have mint, bergamot, grapefruit, lavender, Granny Smith apple, cranberry, rose, cotton flower, cactus, and amber. This is going to be deemed a citrus aromatic fragrance. And honestly, I knew that it was a bit old school, you know what I mean? Mid 90s. However, some of these notes is appealing. Like, when's the last fragrance that you had that had cactus and cranberry in there at the same time? Like, just that right there piqued my interest. And I've got my nose on this in the past. I mean, I like, Tommy Hilfiger. I go to the outlets, just check out the fragrances, cut me a button down or a sweater or something. So I'm familiar with the fragrance, but just never pulled a trigger on it. You know what I mean? I've heard that it had longevity issues and wasn't lasting long. You know what I'm saying? So now that Dua has done their interpretation, I look forward to seeing. I got something good on my hands. So let's see what it's in for. There we go. That first one, I don't know what that was. So it has this like nice, clean linen vibe. Very approachable. White t-shirt, denim jeans. You know what I'm saying? Very summery. It's not bad. It smells good. Office safe. It does smell a bit like the 90s. It has a bit of a sporty vibe to it. I can see it's going head to head with Polo Sport trying to be the top dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see that they have some similarities there. Overall, clean. Kind of a clean, fresh linen vibe. Safe. Still approachable. Now, smelling in the air, I can't be like, man, I smell cactus and cranberry, because when I think cranberry, I low-key be thinking cranberry juice. I don't think I'm getting those notes. It just comes off as just easy wear, mass appealing, very casual. This isn't something you dress up. This is something that you can really just spray on and go about your day. So, inspired by Tommy from the House of Tommy Hilfiger, the first one is going to be Man of Time. And Mathis, I think we're on to a good start. I love a good freshie. So let's see what else we got in store. Number 2. So number 2 is another fragrance whose note breakdown caught my attention, all right? So this fragrance is going to be inspired by a porthole from Lamari. Keep the notes. I think it's pretty interesting. I look forward to seeing what this smells like. So it's going to be deemed a fruity aquatic fragrance, all right? And this one's called Starboard. It's going to have pineapple, bergamot, iodine, passion fruit, ginger. It's also going to have some white florals, caramel, white musk, and modern woods. I'm like, that's a solid lineup. Caramel, you know what I'm saying? Then you got the passion fruit, the iodine. I'm like, what's that going to smell like? But something that's a little different, you know what I mean? I got a few aquatic fragrances, but I'm always down for a new one with a bit of a twist. So let's see what this is hitting for. There we go. Okay, I like that. Unisex. Off the opening, I can smell female awareness because I think it's a bit fruity. All right, you can smell the juiciness of the fruits in this fragrance. Very vibrant, warm weather vibes. Like this joint right here is definitely summertime vibes. I like it. I want to see how it dries down and see where the caramel, how it presents itself in this fragrance. Opening though, I could definitely smell a female wearing this. I think those fruity nuances on a nice female just gonna pop perfectly. You feel me? But this is not a bad fragrance. It's not bad. You just gotta be confident in wearing unisex fragrances. You know, some people just like a good, masculine, manly fragrance. Me, I like whatever smells good, you feel me? This is something that smells good. Definitely out of season, especially with us just dealing with the nor'easter and it being 50-something degrees. Like, this doesn't match that vibe. However, it'll put you in a good space just smelling in air. It'll bring you to like that cruise or some tropical vacation. I like this. This is going to be fire for the summer and springtime. I may still spray it on during the fall because it is what it is. But inspired by Porthole from Lumari, what I have for you is Starboard. And it's definitely worth checking out. If you like a fruity, aquatic fragrance, it's going to lean quite unisex, like 50-50 down the middle. I ain't mad at it. On to the next. Number 3. So number 3 is going to be inspired by Giorgio Armani, Acqua di Dua Elixir. Alright? The OG Acqua di Dua is honestly like one of my top 10 favorite fragrances. It's timeless. I love the marine aspect, the brightness, the citruses. I love how mass appealing it is. And it really it's a beautiful fragrance. It's very well done. Dual version is fire as well. I like the dual version because that sucker projects and lasts like easily like 10 hours on the skin. Like, that's my travel scent. One of my office scents, but like if I'm ever going on vacation, taking a flight, I always wear that fragrance because I know I'm gonna be next to people and it's super inoffensive. It still pulls compliments. So this fragrance that I have for you is gonna be the more modern version, and the Dua's version is gonna be called Acqua di Dua Elixir. Acqua di Dua Elixir. So this is going to be a woody, leathery fragrance with the notes being bergamot, green mandarin, some aquatic notes, some violet, patchouli, and leather. All right. So what I want to see is if it still has the inspiration from the OG, because that's really just a captivating fragrance that I just love to wear. So find out. Okay. So this one is a bit darker. This one's a bit more mature, a bit more sophisticated. Doesn't give me that brightness that I'm accustomed to from the OG. Alright? In addition, it's slightly reminiscent of the OG. So it still has that, you can still sense that it's a Acqua di Dua, fragrance. But it has its own character, its own personality as well. And I believe that also the dry down is also going to be where this sets itself apart, because now you got the leather in there, you got the patchouli, so that's probably going to add a bit more depth, earthiness, sophistication in there. Overall, not a bad fragrance. And I say that because this still has a bit of universal, aspects to it, where you can wear it to the office, to the gym, pull it off for the date, because you know how I feel about freshies and dates. You could never go wrong. I got to foot stomp that, because, you know what I'm saying? Just in case you doubtful, you looking at some cologne, you about to try some wicked shit, don't do it. Just get a freshie. I guarantee you'll be okay, all right? That's besides the point. This fragrance, though, slightly reminiscent of the OG. A bit darker, a bit more mature. Still has that universal approach, so you could wear it in different, scenarios. Not a bad purchase. This is something that you could easily just spray and go about your day. So, inspired by Giorgio Armani, Acqua di Dua Elixir, what I have for you is Acqua di Dua Elixir. Last but not least, so this fragrance right here is going to be an original from the House of Dua. And honestly, I've been looking forward to getting my nose on this, mainly because of that pheromone note. And pheromones is, meant to make a fragrance more alluring off the skin. You know what I'm saying? Have a bit of that extra compliment factor, give it a little bit more oomph compared to its competitors, all right? So I'm looking forward to wearing this, getting my experience with this, seeing if it's going to, garner some compliments, all right? Who doesn't like being told they smell good? Like, that's low-key one of the best compliments you could get. It'll definitely make your day. So I'm hoping this is that type of fragrance that could do that for me. So let's discuss these notes, all right? This fragrance right here is going to be called Midnight Heat. And the notes are this. You'll have some spiced ginger, mandarin juice, minty mojito accord, You're also going to have some juicy citrus burst, some aquatic tones, ambroxan, guaiac wood, white amber. You're going to have some lab-developed vanilla pheromone accord. What the hell is that? Lab-developed pheromone accord. Say that 5 times fast. I almost stuttered saying it 1 time slow. So, you know what I mean? Let's see what this is hitting for, though. There we go. I want better one. There we go. Okay. This is good. Now, smell the vanilla. In the air, I don't know if I'm bugging, but I'm almost getting this like sexy creamsicle vibe right now. That vanilla is smooth, a bit more creamy, not frosting like, okay? Like it's like the orange creamsicle vanilla. If you ever had like the popsicle, and you remember that vanilla inside, that's what it smells like. This one, one second, we're gonna put this one on skin, all right? I've definitely been spraying. That's my spot when I spray. I like to, bring it in. Hang on real quick. Okay, on the skin, it's not that orange creamsicle so much as it was in the air. You're gonna get that ginger in the opening. All right, so you got the spiced ginger that brings a bit of brightness into this fragrance. You get some of the fruits. You definitely smell the fruits. It's not hidden. Because it did have the mandarin juices. You remember I was telling you about that orange creamsicle, that mandarin and that vanilla was playing games with me in the air. So I'm gonna have to let it settle down and kind of get a full wear out of it. I'm not gonna judge it yet. A few reasons why. Every time I do my first impression, I'll be like, yo, I don't really like this one. Then behind the scenes, I wear it and I'm like, whoa, this is kind of good. I'm glad I made that statement because sometimes on skin, sometimes just wearing it throughout the day is way different than that first last impression. And this is what I think, like, I'm gonna hold off on this one. I wanna see how this plays out, all right? Overall, it doesn't smell super unique. It smells good. It smells like something that is another universal fragrance. I like fragrances as universal, I want to see if this is going to have a bit more sexiness to it, to lean more towards that dating vibe, since it has that pheromone note in there. Definitely could pull it off in office, school, gym, like those daily functions that you just, go about your day and have that routine. You won't skip a beat with this fragrance. But I want to see how this works for the date night, because that pheromone part, let's see if it's like BS. Or let's put it to the test to see if you're going to, pull a baddie. So overall, not bad. I want to wait a little bit, get a full experience. I'm going to come back to you with a good review on this fragrance. Right now, I'm just like, it's cool. So the original fragrance from Dua, this is going to be called Midnight Heat. So I just put you on the 4 fragrances that I got. A lot of them, freshies, aquatics, mass appealing, office safe. You know what I'm saying? Definitely want my fragrances that I could wear a bit more frequently. You know what I mean? I do have my seasonal stuff, but also like something that's really just an easy wear that I just know that I'm going to be smelling good, feeling good wearing. Right now, I don't necessarily have a favorite. I kind of want to get my full experience and then determine which one was the best out of these 4 purchases, okay? However, the Acqua di Dua Elixir, I'm a bit more excited for that just because of it. The nostalgic aspect with the OG, how that resonates with me. I want to see how this experience is going to be. See if the OG, those notes pop a bit more off the skin rather than what I was experiencing with it being sprayed in the air. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm excited about. This one, want to rock on a date night, see how that pheromone, note, if it's real or if it's a facade, it's just like a placebo effect. You know what I mean? Overall, purchases were solid. I ain't mad at it. I'm gonna be good, you feel me? I'm gonna be good, we're gonna make it work, alright? So until the next video, y'all, I need you to make sure you smell your best. You stay blessed, alright? Stay blessed out there. You take care of yourself. I'm gonna catch y'all next time. Peace.